Hey folks, and welcome back for another exciting addition to my Let's Play series, Civilization 7. My name is Tom, but you can call me the Mad Filmer, and today we are going to jump into some Civ 7 gameplay here. So if any of you have been following me for a little bit of time, you would know that I'm a big Civilization fan, and hot take, I actually like Civilization 7. I know it's a controversial game for, a few reasons. Civ switching, right, leaders and civs being separated, and the rollout of the game, when it first came out was very, very poor by 2K. Um, they did fins pretty bad on that one. But the overall gameplay, I really enjoy, and I actually do like Civ switching. I was afraid of it at first, and then I tried it out, and I was like, oh, wow, this is really cool. Um, there's a lot to love in this game. Not perfect by any means, but the developers really care about this game and the health of it and the community. And so I'm really excited to see where the future holds. There's going to be some updates coming out. At the time of recording, there's going to be some updates coming out. A few weeks, months, whatever. We're not really sure. But I thought it'd be cool to go through and play a game in the current state, see what it's like, and try out a couple new civs that I haven't played yet, with a new leader that I haven't played yet. So I hope you all enjoy. Let me know what you think down in the comments below, and if you like hanging out with me, if you like these videos, please go ahead, like, and subscribe. But without further ado, we're going to start a new game here, and my plan is to play as the one of the new leaders, just came out in December. Her name is, I'm going to try my best to pronounce this. I'm not good with languages at all. So, but her name is Saida Al-Hura, and she is a Moroccan, I believe, woman. She was like a queen or like pirate kind of leader of sorts in the area. Um, and is vaguely, I mean, I say vaguely, she's associated with the Ottoman Empire, although she wasn't like a leader of the Ottomans or anything like that. And the reason this is important is because we will be unlocking the Ottomans in the modern age. So that's going to be our modern age civ. Our antiquity civ, though, is, well, I'll keep it a secret for now. A secret for like 5 minutes, whatever. But Saida is militaristic and diplomatic. She gets the strongest naval unit every time she succeeds in espionage action, as long as you can place that naval unit. This is a pretty terrible little perk that she has. You're only doing espionage actions. They take like 18 to 21 turns, so, you're getting a naval unit. If a round goes 100 to 150 turns, you're getting a naval unit what, 5 times a game, 6, 7 times a game, something like that. Like, it's really not good. But her other 2 abilities here are actually very good. +2 culture, +1 influence per age for every naval unit you have stationed on a district. So if you build up a huge navy and you just put them on districts, that could be a city, if your city is on the coast. It could be, your harbors, your wharfs, your shipyards, right? Like any of those districts. Doesn't have to be a quarters, just has to be a district. Then you're going to be getting +2 culture, +1 influence, and really where this takes off is exploration age. You're going to be skyrocketing with +4 culture, +2 influence for every naval unit. Like, that's pretty nuts. The no influence penalty when your espionage is revealed is also very nice. Particularly good going to be in multiplayer where you can really gauge like what each player is doing, if they're using influence or whatever. And then opponents can't counter spy against you, which is just going to make sure that you can use your espionage actions a little bit more, because counter spy makes it take longer and I believe increases your likelihood to fail. So we're going to be running with her. Mementos, I mean, Groma is usually just like one of the best ones because you can get that settler boost from the expansionist attribute. I almost always take this one, and I highly recommend it, especially for people who are maybe beginners or intermediates. This is the one you want to. If you're an expert in this game and you want to play around with different strategies, by all means go for it. But I think for intermediate and below, this is probably going to be one of your better options. And then another really good one for all levels of play is going to be Merchant Saddle. Gives your scouts and your settlers, especially in Antiquity, +1 movement, which is fantastic. Because one of the things about Antiquity is that, I love Lotus Blossom, for example, right? Gaining science and culture equal to 4% of your gold income. This only really comes online late in Antiquity, and really it's like Exploration Age is really where you're going to get the most bang out of this. Um, and that's where a lot of these, like +1 gold for Commander's experience. What's this one? This is for Suzerains of City-States. Like this, like a lot of these take time investment, and they don't really come online until midway or late in the Antiquity Age. And so I think probably it's just good to go with Merchant Saddle. The +1 movement for scouts is going to help you scout a little bit faster. The +1 movement for settlers is going to help you get to those key locations you need to settle. The other option you could go with here is going to be right here, Imago Mundi, +2 sight instead of +1 when you do your search and lookout ability. This used to actually be, I think, +3 sight, and it was like so busted. It was so good. It's still very good. But you can kind of make up for not having that extra sight by having the extra movement, right? Like they kind of negate each other in a way. And then +1 movement on settlers is going to be, I think, maybe make this a little bit better. The merchants and explorers doesn't matter right now, but merchants, it's not bad either. Get those trade routes while you can. Alright, so we're gonna go with Saida.
أنا أبحرت عبر مياه خطيرة وغدارة ودائما كنت كنخرج منتصرة.
I have no idea what she just said. Sorry, I don't speak Arabic. I'm pretty sure she was speaking Arabic. We're gonna start Antiquity Age, and we're going to play. So her suggested civs are Axum, as it strategically complements her. Axum, I think, is one of the best civs in the game. And Antiquity is maybe the most important age because you have to have a good start. If you don't have a good start, you're going to be behind the 8 ball, and it's going to make the middle and end game significantly harder. Right, so getting a good start is important. I think Axum, one of the best. They get a lot of gold. They have an extremely powerful naval unit. The trade is kind of whatever, but their unique improvement is also very good. And I really like Carthage as well, as you can see that she's from the same region as Carthage, right? Carthage was North Africa. She is North African, Northwest African more specifically. Carthage is somewhat similar to Axum in that they, play heavy into gold, but they go for a more militaristic route, as opposed to Axum, which is pretty much just gold production, gold and trade, with a very strong navy unit that can help support support their empire when they need it. Carthage has the Numidian cavalry who can play over land, which is very, very good, and the Punic port, which lets you get a lot of production, some food, and with your colonist, you get actually 2 when you purchase or train one, as well as merchants. But the colonist one, which is your unique settler, that is a very, very strong. It basically you train one settler, you get 2, you can instantly go out and get your 3 settlements in the early game and be totally chilling. So very, very good. They're nerfed by having 1 city, but towns are very good still. However, we're not going to play with these 2 who are more aligned with her historically and strategically. We are going to be playing with Tonga. Now, Tonga is a oceanic civilization and oceanic peoples, not really associated with her at all, not in the slightest, right? These are Pacific Islanders folks. They are very strong, though. I was, playing them on my Twitch channel, and just they're really good, and they get really good traditions. For those of you who don't know, traditions are like government policies that you can slot in for bonuses. And they have one that's related to science, which can make them really strong. The other thing they have, +1 influence, which is very good, right, on palace and city halls if you're adjacent to coast. So we want to be next to coast because she's going to be having a lot of naval units, and we want more influence because we want to be doing espionage actions as much as we can, right? Um, we can't incorporate or levy units from city-states, so we do have a trade-off here for this extra influence. The levying unit action is kind of a big deal because there's so many times we would want to levy units, but we'll manage. They get the bonus to Ha'amonga Amaui, which is a very, very good wonder, particularly when it comes to coast, which we are going to be near coast a lot. Tonga is a coastal civ, and I don't know if leaders have coastal have land biases. I'm not sure, or I can't remember, I should say, but I don't think they do. But here's the unique thing about Tonga. Well, I mean, they have a lot of unique things, but this is the big one. They have a unique scout that can enter ocean tiles without taking damage. Normally, you have to be in the exploration age to go over ocean tiles at all. And even in the exploration age, for the early part of the exploration age, you take damage when you're going over ocean tiles. Tonga can do it in antiquity, which is absolutely sick. It lets you see the whole map, and it lets you really plan ahead where are the good places that you want to settle, not just in homelands, but in distant lands as you move on to the exploration age, right? You can't disembark in distant lands, so you can't actually explore the landmass itself, but you can still see most of the world this way. It's insanely good. They have a nice, unique naval unit, which, we love. We're playing as a leader who has a naval bonus. And then they have a unique quarter that is going to give you +2 culture for every trade route you have to a city-state. Scouts from any age that, if our empire has one of these, the Tofia, can enter ocean without taking damage. So even in exploration age, when we have the penalty to going in ocean tiles, our scouts will still be able to do it, which is going to be amazing. And then the Tofia consists of the Langi, which is going to give us +3 culture as a base, and then +1 food for resource and wonder adjacencies. Very, very solid. And then +3 happiness from the Via Kaukau as a base, and then +1 culture for coast and wonders. So we want to try and pair this with a couple resources, some coastal tiles, and wonders. That's how we kind of want to make this work. And does it say right here? There's another unique thing about Tonga. It must be one of their traditions, but they have a tradition that is whenever you suzerain a city-state, you automatically have a trade route with them. So it's incredibly strong. You don't have to waste time creating merchants. You can just get a trade route. It's fantastic. I don't know if it follows the rules for distance on trade routes. I'm not exactly sure. If it does, then it's a little bit nerfed, but it's still very, very good tradition. But we're going to go ahead with Tonga. When we get to the exploration age, we're not going to be doing the Abbasids or the Republic of Pirates, which, again, from the same region as strategically complement her. We are instead going to be playing as Iceland. Yes, this is a very cool civ that came in the update with Saida as well. So you get 500 culture when you discover a natural wonder in distant lands, gain a relic when you study the civic mastery, after you complete the Landnamabok civic. I think that's how it's pronounced. Missionaries cost 100% more to build, so we really won't be focused on missionaries at all. I think when she first came out, I think you couldn't create missionaries at all. I guess they maybe changed that, or, I could be misremembering. Then we got the Vikinger, which is a heavy naval unit. Gives us coastal rating and science, some gold, has extra sight, the Saga hero, and then we've got a unique improvement here. I'm not going to worry too much about this, because we have to get through Antiquity first. But just to give people a heads up, this is kind of what we're building towards. And then we will eventually get to the Ottomans, which is the civ that she is tied to. Right, very culture heavy and military heavy civ, which fits in line with Iceland, culture and military, and fits in line with Tonga in a way, because Tonga gives us a ton of culture. They're going to give us a lot of allies and city-states, which is going to be helpful because we might make some enemies. And it's going to allow us to expand pretty rapidly in the early game for Antiquity Age and early game, or early game being the Antiquity Age and early part of Exploration Age. So let's go ahead, jump into it. Here's what we're playing with here. Show you my advanced options. We got Antiquity. Age length is going to be long. That's what I prefer. Playing on deity difficulty. We are going to be playing on a large map, so that we got lots of cool friends and enemies to meet. Play with some moderate disasters. Continents and Islands is, I think, maybe my favorite map. And I don't think I want to play with the crises. They're just not very interesting to engage with. So we're gonna do that. All right. I think that's everything, folks. Let's go ahead and jump into the game. Okay, so we are ready to jump into it. And let's real quick just show you our unique traditions here. So we've got the Ngatu, which is +1 culture on warehouse buildings, extremely strong ability, because you want to be building warehouse buildings pretty early. The warehouse buildings are fairly good at what they do, especially when we're talking about production. Those are going to be incredible, and getting +1 culture on them is going to really help us keep up with the deity civs. +10 naval trade route range, not bad at all, especially good considering, like I mentioned earlier, we're going to get free trade routes with city-states. So being able to have that increased trade route range, if it is required, I'm not sure if it is, but having this if we need it is very good. And then this guy, +1 production on fishing boats in cities and +2 science on fishing boats on reefs in all settlements. First off, reefs are good because they give you +2 science anyways, or +1 science. So getting a +2 on that is so unbelievably strong. It's incredible. And then +1 production on fishing boats in your cities is going to make your cities even more powerful. It's going to make, because settling on coast is kind of weak because you don't have as much land to expand to. But when you can turn those fishing boats that you have, which are going to get a little bit of production from your harbor, and give them even more production, you're going to be churning out a lot of different buildings and different units, which is really what we're going to need. We're going to have to build up a good military and have a really strong navy to help compete against some of the other civs. So this is a very, very good tradition. And just a reminder, we're going to run with Groma and Merchant's Saddle. And let's jump into the game, folks. Alright, first things first. Get an expansionist, +25 production towards training settlers. And we're in an okay spot. There's only 2 resources. And none of them are on the coast, which is bad. Because it's not going to help our Langi right here, right? +1 food adjacency for resources. But if we can manage it by putting some wonders nearby, then it kind of evens itself out. For some reason, the game wants me to settle here, even though it put me here. I think this is probably a little bit better. Let me see. I mean, my thing is that the game is generally going to put you in a place where you can just settle turn 1. And this looks like it might be a little bit stronger, because it's going to give us a little bit more land. It's going to give us maybe access to... Oh, we don't even get the gold. Oh, here we get gold. Wow, our resources are really limited. Okay, yeah, we'll see what happens. We're going to give it a try. Oh, and look at that. We got turtles and pearls. So if we were here, 1, 2, 3, we still would have been able to reach both of them, and we would have had gold. Not the end of the world, though, because we can go ahead and just get another settlement here to grab that gold. So. Alright, and we're going to choose our technology. We're gonna go sailing. We're playing a coastal civ, a civ that really relies on having a navy, a leader that relies on having a navy. We're just gonna go right into sailing. Get the harbor, because the harbor is gonna give us extra production. We're gonna really focus on fishing boats. We're gonna get extra food from fishing boats, and we're gonna get our unique unit, right, which is gonna give us +5 combat strength against fortified districts. Could come in handy. Probably won't, but it's good to have it. After that, we probably are going to go into animal husbandry, into masonry, because we have so many, um, so much vegetation here, right? This is a lot of woodcutter potentially that we're looking at. Although, to be fair, a clay pit, a mine, and another mine is not a terrible idea either. Okay. And we've got our unique scout here. Usually, turn 1, I just do a search ability to see all of the discoveries and kind of plan where I want to go. We do have a discovery right here that we can get. But honestly, I still think it's probably best to just do the search action right away, see what we have, what we're dealing with. Oh, we discovered a new continent, Azania. And yeah, look at that. We know right away we actually want to go over here as opposed to going to our right. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit this goody hut, and then we're going to come back around. Growth event. Let's see. Turtles are going to give us +1 culture on warehouse. Pearls is going to give us +2 happiness in the capital. We really don't need the happiness right now. I would love to actually get sheep because +2 production, +2 happiness is sick. But this is going to give us food, science, and production. This is going to give us food, science, and happiness, and the production is just way better than the happiness. So let's go ahead and grab this reef. We'll get this turtles next, and then we'll kind of go out this way, grab these two guys, another reef, and then the pearls, and then we can expand towards our sheep. Alright, you go right here, and let's see what we get. Surveyors have discovered a source of gypsum. Ooh, soft stone, perfect for fine carving, but the stone rests under a wealthy family's ancestral shrines. We can move the shrine stones, or we can take what gypsum is lying on the ground. 30 culture is not bad. That's 3 turns, right? Because we're having 10 culture right now. But turning this into gypsum tile is insanely good. And generally, whenever you get these discovery events, you want to take the tile. At least if it's close to you and if you can, make use of that resource. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And in the future, I don't know if there's a higher likelihood of resources carrying over into the second age. Gypsum will go away in exploration. I'm pretty sure it does. I think it's only an antiquity age thing. But I think that now that there's a resource here, there's a higher likelihood of this being another resource, which would be pretty good for us. Nice double adjacency right here for science and production buildings. Not terrible. Okay, let's get our Tahina. We're gonna go 2 turns. And there's a river here, so we're just gonna step on it because the river's gonna end our movement anyways. I would have liked to have done a search action, see if we could see anything else, and then continue moving, because I would have been able, if this river wasn't here, to go from here 1, 2, 3, I would have reached it, but can't do that with the river. Rivers end movement unless you play specific civs. We have a discovery here, though. Small band of soldiers, canny engineers among them has fled their homeland, cursing their despotic general. They long for a more fulfilling purpose. We can find work, 30 science and 10 production, which is really good. Or 75 happiness. Wow. That is going to be 15 turns of happiness. That's actually pretty nuts. Our production is 6, so 12 would actually be enough to... or 10, excuse me, would almost be enough. It might technically be enough. It might not exactly be 2 turns. It might be 1.75 turns or whatever, which, you know, rounds up to 2. That is interesting. I think it's better to just get the science. The happiness is insane, but I think I would rather just take the immediate science right now, try and get sailing as fast as we can. And then this guy, your job is to go across the oceans and see what we find. Oh, and we got a noble task for creating two scouts or tahinas. Like others before him, the younger sibling of a noble lineage takes on the mantle of Tahina and all the charges that come with it to herald the family's name on far-off shores and keep its ocean-going traditions alive. We can just take a plus 25 culture, which is about 2.5 turns, or we can follow the story. Say that this Tahina's name will be known far and wide by meeting a distant land's civilization or independent power. We're definitely going to go for this. 2.5 turns of culture isn't, bad, but usually following stories in Civ 7 is the better option. I think we'd probably just put our fishing key right here. Yeah. So we'll queue that up. I want another settler, or another scout as well. And I'm kind of actually not worried about building a warrior. Not yet. We might have to switch things up, but we'll see. I want to get another scout so he can explore this other side. See what we find. This guy is going to go... I mean, it doesn't really matter. He can just go 2 turns here. Grab this. You are going to go... Oh, okay. You know what? Very important now that we know this. How much is it to buy a warrior? 120? It's going to take us a bit. So let's get a warrior up and running. Let's just do it. I'm going to try to get the scout out first, but if we have to, we will go ahead and just try and pump out that warrior. And yeah, let's take this. +1 culture on warehouse buildings. It's going to give us... Oh, you know what? Actually, if we choose this option, we get a food, a gold, and a culture. If we choose this one, we get a food, a production, and a science. And we actually don't even have any warehouse buildings to make use of the turtles yet. Let's just take this guy. Get the production and the science, as opposed to the gold and the culture. It's going to be more valuable, I think. Let's see what we got here. Soldiers have tracked a horde of bandits to their stolen treasures. Debts must be repaid. We can get 10 production, 50 gold. If we give them repentance through labor, which is going to be fantastic, actually. 50 gold would be crazy. That's 10 turns. Or redistribute their valuables, probably kill them and take their stuff. 75 happiness. We're 34 turns away, so 15 would bring us to 19 turns. It's not bad. 10 turns of gold, though, is sick. And actually, the +10 production is really important, because we need to get a scout out and get a warrior ready, just in case we need some defense. So I'm going to do that. Oh, some dates down there. Okay. Let me go, like, up here and then do a search. Ah, we found Kamai with Trun Track. Okay.
Đêm nay ngọn gió mát trên đỉnh Fansiban và
I guess we could be friendly to start. We don't know if she's going to be an enemy yet or not. Trun Track has an agenda where she likes civilizations that have the fewest commander levels and dislikes those that have the most. We're probably going to end up with a lot of commander levels, so I don't anticipate being friends with her for very long, but we'll see. let's just go this way. Let's go to the next turn. What do I want to do about her, huh? Oh, she wants to do a diplomatic endeavor. Research collaboration. Sure. I'll take the +6 science. It's very good. Ooh, there is a... Oh, the only thing is I know that there's nothing else really over here. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna send this guy. You can go look for it. And you can go this way. Alright, we got one over there. Let's do a search action here. Got one over there. I might want to go down along this coast too. Alright, if they're not attacking... no, I think maybe just make the warrior. Or actually... Yeah, we just make him. And they're sailing. So we get +1 food on our fishing boats now. And we get the harbor, which is very good. Very glad that they added this at the end of 2025. New ageless water building, warehouse building as well. Harbor, we're going to put here as well. We're actually going to do the harbor first because it's going to increase our production, which will help us make the fishing key that much faster. Ooh. And this is perfect, perfect. Sent this scout I did have him going across water, brought him back up because he was going to be significantly closer to getting this, while at the same time letting my other scout roam a little bit more freely. And, oh damn, there's a river right there. Unfortunate. But now he can go get that discovery. This guy can get these 2 discoveries. And you are going to go after her. Yeah, just this discovery right here. And then we'll see what we find. New technology, we're going to go... I'm actually, I think, going to go for writing. Try and get a library, like, as fast as I can. Oh, I would want to put it here, though. 1, 2, 3. I would like to put it right there. Which would require me to build outward. I really don't have any resources actually nearby. Ugh, that's just so not good. And there's no mountain tiles. There's like no reason for me to build, or nothing, no way for me to get like good bonuses to my culture buildings. So in that case, oh, maybe going for irrigation is the way? Ooh, that's actually not a terrible idea. What if we go for irrigation? So that we can try and get the hanging garden. +1 food on farms, but the 10% growth rate in all cities and an expansionist attribute. That would be really good. Where would I put it, though? That's kind of the question. Right, because my unique quarter goes on land. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it has to be adjacent. It doesn't have to be on coast, right? Yeah, it doesn't say that it's on coast. So it just has to be adjacent. So actually, if I put it here, and then put like a wonder here. Actually, maybe the best spot to put it is right here. My unique quarter. And then have like a wonder here next to a river. And then I'm next to a resource. I've got 1 coast. I guess this wouldn't be bad either, because I can build 3 things. I would have 2 coast. Coast is going to give me what? +1 culture. And the culture is probably better than the food. So that could be +2 culture, build a couple wonders maybe. It's not a terrible idea. Alright, let me think. Well, it's gonna take me a bit to get to my unique quarters because I'm gonna go chiefdom into mysticism into discipline, like that's, and maybe even code of laws after that. So it's gonna take me a little bit of time. Let me just queue that up right away. I want mysticism so that we can get our pantheon as fast as possible. Which means I would want to get... I just can't get any big bonuses from my monument. And I want to get my library over here for the double adjacency. So I think maybe going irrigation is the play. To try and get... Oh, I need both of these for irrigation, not just... I thought it was just pottery. No, I didn't even notice. In that case, this is going to give me +1 food on plantations and +1 production on clay pits. Well, I don't have any plantations. I only have 1 clay pit. So why don't we focus instead on... Animal husbandry also would give me a slinger, which is very good. Why don't we do animal husbandry first? And then we can kind of consider if we want to go pottery, masonry, pottery into irrigation, pottery into writing to irrigation, masonry. What is this guy? Pyramids. +1 gold in production on improvements and districts on minor and navigable rivers. I mean, I would love to do that as well, actually. Do I have the time to go pottery, writing, animal husbandry, masonry, irrigation? Probably not. So it's probably better for me to just do animal husbandry into masonry and then go pottery into irrigation. Probably my best bet. And like try and build up a couple wonders while building a little bit of a defense here. I think that's the play. I'm not sure. I'm gonna get there before they can. You go right here. A band of thieves had all once been accomplished artists. Only turning to crime out of necessity, they regret their actions but will have to earn back their place in society. We can accept their repentance. We lose happiness for 2 turns, but we gain 60 culture. Or just 30 culture if we leave them with their regrets. We're only getting 5 happiness a turn, like who cares? I'll take the 60 culture. That's insanely good. And actually, let me set this up. I'm gonna go, oh, I already did. Yeah. We're gonna go into finish chiefdom, get into mysticism. So we got 15 turns on that. Then we've got our Tongan civics. So we want to get this guy, Kava Ceremony, because it gives us 100% influence towards initiating and supporting befriend independence. If the independent is in distant lands, that's very good. And this is going to lead us right to our Hawamonga Amaui. Oh, what is my game bugging out? That was crazy. This one... this is the one that gives us free suzerain, or free trade route when we suzerain. Okay, trade route, settlement limit. Yeah. Mysticism, discipline, which will help out. Actually, I don't even know if I want to do that. I might just do mysticism. Maybe the mastery, just to try and get the Great Stele. You know, get it built. It's not a terrible idea. And then just focus on our civics. I do want to get Code of Laws for our trader, though. That's kind of the thing. We need to get a merchant. And there's just so many things you have to do. Yeah, Classic Republic I think is probably the best one to usually go for. Because you need that extra culture so bad. A party of noblemen has had a successful hunt. They instruct their servants to leave what they cannot carry, but there's no shortage of hungry mouths back home. We can take the excess game for some food and gold, or we can not risk conflict. Conflict, I should say. 75 happiness. I mean, 50 gold and 20 food is pretty good. 20 food would be... Yeah, that would give us a growth event. Or almost give us a growth event. And 50 gold is 10 turns, which is extremely valuable. Gold is more valuable than happiness. Alright, we're up to 150. Because it's what, 220 to purchase these guys? The fishing key, the granary, and the harbor. So let's go ahead and we'll finish up our warrior. And then we'll go build the harbor for a little bit, and then just purchase it, I think. And then do the same thing probably with the fishing key. Build it for a little bit, and then purchase it. And then this guy's going to go up here. That guy's doing his thing. Okay. Yeah, we're good. I don't have warehouse buildings yet. When's my next growth event? 11 turns. It's going to take me 8 to do that. Yeah. 2 food, 2 gold is pretty good. 2 food, a gold, and a culture. Or we can just do 1 food, 1 science, 1 happiness, and kind of work our way over here. And I do really want to get to 1, 2, 3. I do really want to get to those sheep. Extra happiness, 2 food, 2 gold's not bad, but I think we're gonna go this way, try and get to the sheep. Our next growth event, oh, you know what, actually, if I take the 2 food, it'll give me a little tiny bit of a boost. I'll do that. So, it went from 11 turns to 9 turns for our next growth event, so that's pretty good. This guy, where do I want you to go? I actually don't know. Ooh! We discovered a friendly, independent power. That's amazing. Okay, that means even more so. We need to get... and you can see, just before I finish my first thought, my second thought, this says 10 turns. It was 15, but we gained some extra turns, right, from the carried over culture. And then we're gaining a boost from a couple other additional culture we're getting. I'm pretty sure that's why it went from 15 to 10 turns. Because it should have gone from 15 to 14, but we had, you know, plus 30 culture that carried over, so it would have been 11, and then we had a little bit extra culture from some of our other things to bring it down to 10. Alright, I need to get Tongan civics so I can get a free trade route when we suzerain. I want to get this guy. This is only for distant lands. So we can wait on that. We can wait on this mastery. It's very good, but we can wait on it. We can wait on this mastery. It's very good, but we don't need it right away. We want to get this one right away. And we would like to get this, build our unique quarter, and go right for here. So we can try and maybe get the Haamanga Amaui. Maybe. And because we're not going to focus on going all the way to navigation to get it. Probably. But we do need to get Code of Law so we can get our merchants, so we can start making trade routes. A lot to consider right now. I'm not sure what's the best play. Let's do this. Ooh. We definitely want to befriend these guys. Definitely want to do that. Ah, here we go. Scholars have been debating the origins of images adorning the mouth of a cave. The animal shapes are unfamiliar. The handprints next to them are not. Also, Caithness, not sure the correct pronunciation, but another hostile independent power. Examine the animals for 45 science or contemplate the handprints, which would be, let's see, 26, 39. It'd basically be 3 turns, 3 plus. And this would be 1836, 2.5 turns of science. I mean, culture is just more important in general. Okay, took it down to, yeah, 3 turns. I was hoping we could get it down 4 turns, but yeah, it is what it is. If we get some extra culture, maybe we can get it down. You know, if we get another 5 culture or whatever, maybe we can get it down that half a point or whatever we need. Oh, and there's one right there. Nice discovery. You go get this. Haha, very nice. The hollow within a mysterious mound has been uncovered. Its passageway aligned so the winter solstice sun illuminates its inner chamber. Local priests insist the site be preserved as sacred. We can measure celestial movements, 45 science, which would again be 2.5 turns, or consecrate the mound as holy, 45. If we take into account the 45 we just got, that would be 90 culture in 2 turns. And we're doing, what, 13? Right, so 26, 52 would be 4 turns. 52 plus another 26 would be 78. That'd be 6 turns. Plus another 13, which would be 92. So 7 turns of culture we're essentially getting from this, from the last 2 turns. So this should take this down to 2 turns if I'm correct. And my math is indeed correct. Yeah, that's amazing. We just gained 7 turns on that. And you... Let's send you here, a little bit away from them, and do a search action. Ooh, 2 discoveries. Oh, that's beautiful. I love it. I love it. Oh, there's a cliff here. You actually can't go down this way. Oh, and somebody took that discovery anyways. Oh, okay. My warrior, you can just hang out there. We definitely want to build a couple of these guys as well. There might be a narrative event related to building them. I'll build 3. 1 to defend the west, 1 to defend the east, 1 to stay back home. Do I want to purchase a scout? I think I'd rather just purchase these buildings. They're more valuable. I mean, a scout is still sick, but... also important to note that, yeah, that discovery gone. There's somebody up over here somewhere in this vicinity, this northeastern quadrant. Let's get you over here. A fierce group of archers lives in these areas, skilled but proud. Their skills would be a powerful addition to the military if they can be convinced. We can find common ground, gain an archer, but we lose culture for 3 turns. Or we can just leave them for 50 gold. Like, that's so good. The 100%, minus 100% culture for 3 turns is insanely... That's terrible. That's horrible. Yeah, take 50 gold. Thank you. You are gonna go this way. Okay, the river continues through. This would actually be a fantastic place to settle. You can't, for whatever reason. Why can't I settle here? Oh, there could be another settlement nearby. But this would be great because if you were, like, you know, here, and you put, like, a barracks here, and then that's where all of your units spawned, nobody would be able to break through this giant mountain. It'd be very, very, very defensible. And then you are gonna go here, here, and go this way to avoid these guys and try and get down here to the ocean. Alright, 7 turns to go, and we have 217, about to be 223 gold. See if we can produce
There
that.
is another world,
And we got our altar and our
but it is in
pantheon,
this one.
and we can do priesthood as well.
The caged bird
And then we've got saw
watches
pit, woodcutter,
butterflies
and pastures,
with envy.
and camps getting bonuses there. We've got the slinger. We don't have an extra social policy yet, so we'll just wait. Okay, here's my big question. I think, man, I think going for pyramids is going to be really good. +1 gold and production on improvements and on districts that are on minor and navigable rivers is so good. Because we have a river right here. One big river, navigable, and a minor river that is gigantic. We have 3 pieces of it right here that we can get in La Paja. And then 2, 3 pieces of this navigable river. So if we build pyramids and we improve all 3 of those, that's +6 gold and production. Yeah, that's really good. And then we try and turn that into irrigation, I think. Might not be the most effective way, but... do I want to bother with the Great Stele? It needs to be on what? Flat terrain? Which I really don't have a lot of. Oh, that is actually flat. Is this flat? That is flat too, and that's actually a really good spot to put a wonder. Doesn't pyramids have to be... must be placed adjacent to a navigable river. So right here would actually be really good for pyramids. And then build around it like that. And maybe we don't bother with the Great Stele, we just say, oh well. It's so good though, the extra gold in the production is really nice. But, if we're going to focus on getting the pyramids, then it's probably just not worth it. Right, let's just try and get up to Code of Laws, so that we can get our trader. Ooh, and also... Mundo Perdido is here, which is incredible for tropical, which is where we are. We're tropical. Okay. Ooh, City Patron Goddess +2 influence on the altar. That is incredibly strong. We're the first ones, I guess, to get a Pantheon, because that's usually the first one gone. +25 influence towards endeavors and sanctions? It's actually not the worst considering our Civ and our leader. Oh, but you know what else is really good? Is God of the Sea +1 production on fishing boats. And it gives you a warehouse bonus. And we have 3, soon to be 4 fishing boats already. We'll probably get at least 2 more. My question is, do we settle on the coast more? I mean, we will. We definitely will. +2 influence is really good, though. Because influence is the most scarce resource in the game. We're already getting a lot of influence, though. Right, +1 just for being Tonga. We're going to get +1 when we build our first naval unit and have it on the district. And we're going to work on getting that done. And we're going to have extra influence, I think, from Tongan civics? Let me check. Yeah, +1 influence on monuments that are adjacent to the coast. I think we go for the production on fishing boats. So right now, it takes us 6 turns, and we have 7 production. Now, of course, we need to build the altar first, but... if I go ahead and build an altar, like right... where would I put it? Here's not a bad idea. Or no, this is where I'm going to put my unique quarter. So then I would put it right here because it's adjacent to coast. And we'll do like this. Right, 6, 220 to build the saw pit. I have enough to purchase the harbor, but I don't know exactly how much it is. Let me see. 144. Let's reduce it by a little bit more. Let's do this. And then you... Is it one turn? Does it take my whole turn to go in the water? I can't remember. I'm gonna risk it. Oh, nice. Okay. We're gonna get this guy. We're gonna come back up and get that guy. Or at least try to. Oh! An expansionist independent power and they're friendly. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. You are gonna go... Wait, can you go? You can't go down a cliff. Yeah, you have to go around. I don't know why it thought he could. Alright, but he'll get here next turn. And we've met a new civilization. Napoleon as, Persia? Is that right? Let's just do a neutral greeting. I don't want to spend the influence, I want to save it. And we're not going to even see his capital, so who cares? Napoleon, we have different government. Like civilizations who don't have a lot of land, or likes civilizations with the smallest number of land units and dislikes those with the greatest number of naval units, which is so weird, because usually you have one or the other. So this feels like really contradictory. He's basically saying, I like people who don't have units, which it should just say that. Yeah, it should just say, like civilization with the smallest number of units, or of military units, and dislikes those who have the greatest number of military units. But yeah, he's playing as Persia. That's very interesting. Okay. Let's go like this, and do a search action. Okay. It would actually be really interesting to try and incorporate them. I can't do that right now, because we're playing as Tonga. But that's definitely something we want to maybe do in exploration. Let's go ahead and grab this. Group of refugees has survived a shipwreck. Their numerous faces molded by years of hardship. Bodies may be battered, but their spirits are completely broken. We can get minus 100 gold for a migrant. Or we can get just 10 production. Only 10 production is really not that great. And even though it's minus 100% gold, it's only one turn, and it's only 6 gold. And we get a migrant, which is a growth event, basically. That's incredible. Yeah, so we will rescue them. And let's go ahead and get our migrant here. And we wanted to... I can't reach any of these, which is unfortunate. Let's just go ahead and do the pearls. Because we're going to build an altar. We've got our harbor and fishing quay that are coming up, so... and how much is this now? Was 144. It is now... Whoops, not view hidden. I hit the wrong button. It's now 116. Let's do one more turn. 116. It should go down to 100 or less. And that's a really good spot to be in. Also, I want to check Tongan civics. Yeah, I don't get any bonuses to initiating befriend unless they're distant lands. So we want to make sure we wait to befriend anybody until we have the Lapita origins right here. Or Lapita. I'm not sure how it's pronounced. And you are going to go get this. The gods have favored them with a more abundant harvest than they could ever need, fishermen say. They don't wish to spoil, but aim to be compensated for their labor. We can lose 50 gold for 40 food. Or we can take just 20 food. 40 food is pretty good. Yeah, 20 food's 1 turn. 40 food is, what, 3? 3 turns, basically? Yeah. Because we had, what, 13? But we lose 50 gold. I'll just take the 20 food. It's fine. We're what, 8 turns for a growth event? Brings us down to 7. Yeah, it's fine. And then this guy can probably just start expanding our vision westward. Try and get this distant lands thing completed. I kind of want to go up the coast, but let's go down the coast right here. Oh, and there's like an island here. You are gonna go... Ooh, there is a enemy right there. Please don't attack me. Nothing to really see. I'm pretty sure that purges up here. So why don't we go south and see if we can't get any discoveries that way. And then let's go ahead and purchase the harbor. Yeah, 88 gold. Much better. And it gets +4 production. That's so good. Yeah, that goes from 13 turns down to 8. Goes from 8 turns down to 5. 8 turns down to 5. Ooh. We do need to get our settlers up, though. We need them up and running ASAP. How much to purchase a settler? I don't know yet. Too expensive, apparently. Why don't we just focus on getting our 2 settlers out? It's more important than building an altar. I'm gonna have to consider how much it is to buy one. Because it might be better off to build one, buy one, and then work on the altar. As opposed to trying to purchase the altar when I have the money for it. Oh, here it is. Settler is 200 gold? Okay. In 3 turns, that would be 8, 16, 24. Won't be enough, but I probably actually will be able to purchase a settler and work on the altar. That's actually probably the best way to do it. Ooh, Trunk Track with an interesting offer. The +3 combat strength is very good. It's situational, though, so I'll just take the 2 gold. And then you did not get attacked, so you can go ahead and grab this. Farmers have been toiling over a stony tract of land with little success. If nothing can take root in its ground, maybe something can graze over it. We can give it to horses, or we can just take the 20 food. Problem is, it is very far away from me. I probably won't get to it, so turning it into a horse resource is actually detrimental. Because then one of my enemies is going to get it. So I'll just take the 20 food. And that should actually bring this from 5 down to 3 turns. Yeah, not bad. Let's do a search. Alright, nothing too exciting. And it looks like, I mean, we'll see how far down the land goes here. It could be very expansive, or it could end. Yeah, we'll find out. And then you go down this way. I want to see what we have down here, if there's anything worth grabbing. Ooh, what do I do with you now? Well, we know east is probably Napoleon, so why don't we go this way? And that did work out. And there's actually an independent power here, too. Hopefully they're friendly. But probably not. Let's do a search. Nothing exciting. Nice big island over here, though. Or, I think it's an island. It could be connected by some landmass. to our mainland somewhere. We have pretty good numbers. I have better gold, science, and culture than all of them. I mean, the science is negligible. We're technically down. But to be competitive is very, very good. Ooh. A budding friendship. Getting to know an ally creates a monumental shift in the people's understanding of themselves. The larger effects on empire remain to be seen, but change will be a constant. We can formalize it to get +1 influence in all settlements, or resist it to just gain a flat 25 influence. So this will take us 25 turns with one settlement to get, and you know, when we have more settlements, we'll get even more influence. I think this is way better. Unless it's only +1 influence in all settlements, in settlements that you have at the time you take it. In which case it's like not that great, but still, we're on turn 20. We have way much longer for this age to go. So yeah, the +1 influence is going to be well worth it. They are friendly, very nice. Alright, that's perfect. Let's go like this. Ooh. Hostile independent power, but a discovery over there. Alright, and at the very least we know what our coastline looks like. Could be worth settling, although I think settling over here is probably better. I mean, we really want to settle kind of up here. There's some good resources and a lot of land, but we are a coastal civ, so we wanna focus on coast. Oh, and they are, those are warriors too. Not ideal at all. Try and run away from those guys. We get a growth event. 2 food to production and a gold is pretty good. Ooh, this is 2 food to production, a gold, and a happiness. It's not bad. Maybe build up the river here? I want to get to this wool, though. So why don't we take the 2 food production and gold, and then grab the river, and then grab the wool. Why don't we do that? Oh my god, this is a cliff? The only way to get to it is from here or from here. Huh. Alright, we've got my first settler. And where would I want to settle? And you can just, I guess, start going back west. It's fine. I've got everything over here. The only thing I have left, yeah, is my settler. Yeah, I mean, settling over here would be good. Grab a few resources. Right. We want to settle on coast too, though. Problem is I don't know what's over here, so what if we consider sending our second settler this way? Let me send this guy up here. Because maybe settling like over here is going to be really good. I don't want to settle too close to her. Probably going to upset her no matter what. But let's risk it and let's go north. And why don't we send warriors with them to protect them? Alright, working on our altar, and a settler is going to be 280 to purchase now, which is a little much, but it means that we can work on our altar, and prepare to buy a settler when we're ready. Let's do this. Yeah, this land is looking really good, actually. Can settle down here. Maybe put somebody, like, over here somewhere? I mean, I could go, like, here, I guess. Actually, yeah, because of the way these mountains line up, it's kind of funky. It's difficult to tell exactly what the best way to settle is. Alright, no discoveries. We'll check out this island. See if we find anything. Alright. We'll play a few more turns, I think, and then we'll get ready to kind of wrap up this episode. How are you all doing today? Hope you are enjoying hanging out with me. Hope you're glad to see some Civ 7 content. And yeah, just hope you're having a good day. I'm having a good time. I love this game. Controversial as it may be. I do really enjoy it. Oh, we finally got the discovery here. Scavengers have unearthed an ancient clockwork device. The heavens themselves cast in miniature. To know our place in the cosmos is to know ourselves. Study it for 45 science, or just move along for 75 gold. Or, excuse me, charge a fee to marvel at it. 45 science is really good. Right, we're at 1836. It'd basically be 2.5 turns, which would complete this. 75 gold is going to be basically 7 turns, though. And it will let us purchase a settler next turn. So I think that's more valuable. Okay. Yeah. Let's do that. Let's purchase a settler next turn. Ah, there's Napoleon. Ooh, and the discovery over here somewhere, right? Oh, it's way over here. I mean, I guess I could try and go down, get this, and come back. Okay. Kind of roundabout, but whatever. And then you... Why don't you go like this? Alright, I want to start befriending. It's going to take me 30 turns? 15 turns to do this, 4 turns to do this. Alright, let's wait a teensy bit before we start befriending people. Because I want to make sure I complete this to get a free trade route. And I would like to do this to make sure that I have my merchants so that I can establish trade routes before we start befriending people. And we'll probably start with the ones that are... Or actually, isn't she militaristic? Militaristic, I actually need to kill people to use her... to gain her bonus. Yeah, local festival, which is happiness. And military aid, which is that. So local festival is... What is that one? Expansionist? Or diplomat? I think it's diplomatic. And diplomatic is, I think, all about gaining, like, allies or something. I forget how exactly you get that one. Maybe it's just by suzerains. And before I forget, let's purchase our settler. And you are going over here somewhere. Like down here, maybe? Next to the mountain. You can put culture and happiness buildings, boom, boom, right here on these two. You have access to 1, 2, 3. You have access to all this good stuff. That seems like a great spot. And then I think I'll put another smaller settlement over here somewhere.
He
Little
was the
team.
first to construct a wall,
Got our
80
pyramids.
miles in length, which was to separate.
Oh, and Monument's the one that gains influence, not Altar. I'm so stupid. Wait a minute. It has a... Oh yeah, it has a base culture, or base influence now. Or no, it always had base influence. I'm just losing it. I'm losing my mind. Let's get another settler ready to... in the queue, at least. Monument. I guess we'll put the monument here. With the altar, it's fine. It's just going to be wonky. You... If you go like this. Oh, I can get there, actually. Tron track. Yeah, let's do a research collab. We're holding on to the influence for right now anyways. Oh, wait, can I not build? Why can't I build, pyramids? No suitable... Oh, it's because my altar... Yeah, that's like a bug in the game, where if you have something queued up and then you take it out of the queue and then put it back in, not in the queue, but on like the map, it makes the game all wonky and it doesn't quite work. Alright, you... I need you to be a little bit further away from my capital. Right here is great because you can get access to like this stuff, but further north is actually probably a little bit better. Yeah, I think right there is where I want you. You can get this, 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 this. Yeah, you can get that. You are gonna go like this, because we are trying to avoid enemies if we can help it, as we look for that discovery. What a weird island. You would have to put it someone right here to get access to a ton of resources. And then you could be down, like 2 settlements down here, you could have like 3 towns. And you are going right there. We don't really care about the happiness. We will take the influence, though. +2 influence is very good. I think that should probably be reversed. It should be +2 influence if you support it, and then +3 happiness if you don't support it. But that's just me. Yeah, she's not happy because we settled too close. I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, we're just within her range. Let's go ahead and grab... We're probably close to a celebration, right? 7 turns? How many 7 turns till we... Yeah. Let's grab the wine. And then we will move up here. Oh, Tyr is now no longer friendly with us. Oh, shit. Oh my god. That's a little scary. You hang out and protect me because Tyr is no longer happy with us. Okay, I should be able to get this next turn. Alright, discovered all of this island. Maybe wasted some time that I didn't need to, but I wanted to see what was there. See if there's any discoveries. We're gonna get this discovery right now anyways. Ooh, and there's a enemy, or hostile independent power right here. They are a diplomatic one, though, which is very cool. Diplomatic ones are very strong. Alright, explorers have discovered a network of hot springs. These vapors offer respite for the weary traveler and inspiration for the poet. Paradise does not remain secret for long. Test the waters, 30 culture, 50 happiness, which would be very good. Or 75 gold. I think we just take the culture and the happiness. 30 culture is so good. It's only, 2 turns. Actually, it is only 2 turns, and 50 happiness is... I mean, it's gonna get us to a celebration, but we're not kind of not worried about that. I'm gonna take the gold. Oh, damn it! Ah, they stood there, you bastards. All right, I just need them to move on this turn so that I can get around them and go get that discovery. That's so annoying. All right, you. Wait, just says regular melee strength? I'm playing on deity difficulty, right? Yeah. I guess independent powers have regular strength. They don't get the deity bonus? Okay. I thought they did. Unless my game's all bugged or something. Oh, and she is now trying to befriend them. Okay, we need to befriend them first. We need to get that. As long as we can hold off tier, we'll be okay.
Do nothing which is of no
Alright,
use.
free army commander, do shuriken, scouts have +1 movement and sight, which is very good for us. There's our army commander, we're gonna send him up there. You... Yes! Go right here. You're gonna die, but whatever. Seeking shade, herders have stumbled upon the long-neglected tomb of a sage. Its funerary slab covered with cryptic markings and swirling forms. Curiosity has turned to debate over its true worth. We can get 45 science or 45 culture. The culture is way more valuable. Yeah, we gain 4 turns on that. That's good. And you now need to run away. Oh, and we discovered Ada. Okay. We
Ada,
will get to see
a
Rome.
pleasure. Tell me,
So
what are
yeah,
your
let's do
thoughts on
that.
calculus?
I really want to befriend Tyr and Tolan Ixcol Ixcocotitlan? I think it's how that's pronounced. I want to befriend both of them if I can, but now that Chontrak is befriending them, and now that Tyr is mad at us, we're in a bit of a pickle. Oh yeah, and even the AI says that this is where I should settle. Okay, you know what? I think this is going to be a good place to go ahead and end it. Let's settle our next establishment. Ooh, Paramount Chiefdoms, the seat of authority. Oh yeah, we want to maintain distributed power, which is 10% production towards constructing buildings in all settlements. This is 50% towards constructing buildings only in the capital. So we'll do the plus 10%. You are going to go ahead and get some growth events. Why don't you... What does silver do? +1 gold and food in all settlements is nuts. We're going to go ahead and go this way. Silver, dates, all the way to pearls. Eventually come down and grab this stuff, but we're not super worried about it. And I think that's where we're going to go ahead and end today's episode, folks. So very exciting getting into some Civ 7 content. And I'm really interested to see how this playthrough goes. And yeah, hopefully we can have some success and have some fun along the way. So thank you all so much for joining me today. If you like these videos, let me know what you think down in the comments below. And if you like these videos, if you like hanging out with me, please go ahead and like and subscribe. And I'll see you all next time.